What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith. Man, you guys know, man, I bring classics, man. And when I found out that this player was coming on my show, I had an ear to ear smile on my face. And I said, hot dang, hot diggity dog, God is good. I'm so excited to share a story today. He plays for one of the best teams in the country. He is one of the anchors for that defense. This is a guy, man, whatever NFL team selects him, whatever data he falls on, I can't even call him a draft gem because you already know what he is, man. And based on what I see on the film, man, we haven't even seen his ceiling yet, man. He's only getting better, man. So I'm so excited to share a story with y'all today. I need everybody to comment below what team you want him to take and land on. But I'm done talking, man. Let's go. Let's introduce him. 2025 NFL draft prospect, one of the best linebackers in this year's NFL draft, David Gbenda, University of Texas. David, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you so much for this opportunity. How are you doing yourself?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. It's another day closer to Friday, man. The grind continues, man. So
Hey, I feel that. I feel that for real.
yes, sir. Doing well, man. Well, thank you for coming on, man. We're gonna get into all like the football stuff, man. David, man, where are you from originally, man? And what was it like growing up there?
I was born in Houston, but moved out to Katy, Texas for just better school life and more better opportunities. And I will say football is king over there in Katy, Texas, but it was a fun, nice environment and a nice community. And I was very thankful to be raised in that community because that community is what made me who I am today, just from the schooling, the opportunities, and just the overall environment. I'm so forever grateful for my coaches at Cinco Ranch and just the whole community just to come around me and support me.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, it's dang near religion there. It's a big deal, especially in Katy, man. That's a lot of good football
Nah,
players
yeah.
coming out of there. Talk to me about some of the competition you had to go up against growing up, man, especially in the Houston, Katy area.
Oh man, there's a lot of dudes. I mean, just in my class alone, we went against guys like R.J. Henderson, the receiver, Marcus Stripling, the D lineman that went to Oklahoma, DeAndre Glass, a running back, highly touted running back for the Katy Tigers, who went to Oklahoma State. This other D lineman, David Ogwegbu, who went to Oklahoma, then transferred to U of H, had a pretty good season there. And also, I played against the current linebacker at Houston, Michael Batten, who was playing quarterback at the time. And it's just
Ooh,
a small slew of names that of people I had to go against. I also had to go against Jamal Morrison, Eric Young, just a whole bunch of guys that were just real dudes. And that was just either a 7-on-7 tournament or just a regular Friday night lights game for me.
that's dope, man. That's awesome, man. Yeah, I remember watching the speaking of Friday Night Lights. I remember watching that movie when I was younger, and I was like, man, I was going to school in Rhode Island. I was like, it sucks. I want that. I want that Texas football, man. So it creates great players like yourself. That environment, man, is really great. Now, did you always play linebacker? Did you play anything else? Or
Oh, so the funny thing is, I started playing football in seventh and eighth grade, and I started playing offensive line and D line. Obviously, I mean, it was my first time playing, so regardless of what I was doing, as long as I was on the field helping my team, doing what I could do best, and I always compete, I wasn't really complaining about it. And I was just learning the game of football. So literally every day and every new thing would just be an opportunity and a challenge that I had to attack with just 100% intent and just 100% competitive energy because I'm still trying to learn ball. So prove why I'm one of the best to make sure I'm one of the best to help us win. I didn't really like offensive line. I mean, it was fun. I pulled, do what I had to do, but I really
yeah,
love D line, and D line is where my love for defense sort of grew. And then as I got to high school, the way we picked our positions was through a draft from position coaches. And I
mhm,
kind of got there, and obviously everybody already knew who I was and what I was capable of. A lot of people saw potential in me. That's why I'm
yeah,
so very thankful for the community of Cinco Ranch because the coaches just understood that I was athletic and they knew I was still learning. So they were patient, but also tried to push me along. And I started playing H-back tight end. My hands weren't necessarily the best, but they got
yeah,
better as I obviously grinded and gradually got to that position. But I managed to get to varsity my sophomore year. Then I just took a switch to linebacker because everybody always told me you'd be like a great linebacker. And I played it previously like for 7-on-7 purposes. just for
Yeah.
like a little defense here and there. But people told me I'd be good at it, and I really wasn't falling in love too much with offense. So I just said, you know what, I'm gonna switch to it, and I've been playing linebackers ever since my sophomore year of high school.
Man, that's really cool, man. So yeah, you've been locked in for a while. You had a lot of people pour into you as well. That's beautiful. As they say, it takes a village, man. So you had a lot of people pouring into you, which is great. I gotta ask you, was there like an epiphany moment, or like as someone say, an aha moment where you realize, like, man, my football career doesn't have to end in high school. Like one day I could be that good enough to even go to the NFL. What was that moment like for you, man?
I would say ultimately going into high school, obviously playing football and seeing the opportunities, I started looking into college football and just the opportunities football could provide, seeing how it was just I was just introduced to it. I told myself my mom wouldn't be paying for college, and I wanted to make a change in my life and do something big and
Yeah.
become a bigger name for myself. And by the grace of God, I was honored to get my first collegiate offer my junior year of high school. So from that point, I kind of knew like, and people would always tell me, but I didn't really believe it till it came to fruition because I didn't want to be too cocky and just say, "Oh, I got it." There's never any. There's always meat left on the bone. There's always something that you could do. There's always a way you can get better, pursue your dreams, and just always strive to get better. So I had that mentality ever since I was younger. And from that opportunity, I knew like, okay, like I'm pretty good, but I never tried to get too big of a head to make sure that I kept on improving and getting better. Keeping like improvement was a big thing for me as I was going through just playing football all throughout these years.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Talk to me about like the adaptability, man. So that's a big jump, man. High school and boom, playing for University of Texas. Like, wow, that's like most kids' dream growing up. To, to take and play for the Longhorns, man. Talk to me about what it means to be a Longhorn, and what do you want your legacy to be from when you played college football?
I mean, for me, being a Longhorn was everything I dreamed about because I dreamed about being a collegiate football player and obviously attaining that goal and just going further in my career. And the University of Texas had everything I was looking for in recruiting, which was a great school and education wise. So, off the field, I'd be taken care of in terms of whatever I wanted to pursue. And football, obviously, I knew football was big in the state of Texas, and it was only right to, you know what I'm saying, put on for the home state I was born and raised in. And as well the city of Austin was very like we talked about earlier, it was
Yeah.
very different. There's always something going on in it, regardless of just what's going on. There was the terrain, the nature, the amount of opportunities that were provided in the city was second to none. So it was just a no-brainer for me. And obviously going to the University of Texas, it was amazing, and I'm very grateful for the coaches and all the opportunities and lessons I've learned throughout my career there. I want my legacy to go down as one of the goals I had going into the school, knowing that was University of Texas, was to sort of bring it back to that glory that I grew up and just heard about and knew about and got to see from the history throughout. That was always the ultimate goal. And seeing the amount of success we've had in our last two seasons, just it allowed me to end my career off knowing that I've done everything I could and I've propelled myself to a better spot than I would have been and helped this university to turn around the football state of it and just help the younger guys get accustomed to it.
Man, I love that, and I love that you pointed out, like, man, bringing that team, that Texas team, which you're part of that, right? Bringing that team to be a respectable program again, a winning program, a dominating program, and a championship contending program again. That's beautiful. I was in high school when Vince Young, not stopped USC from getting that three-peat, and I was in my living room just cheering with my dad with my hands up, man, just overjoyed, man. You know what I mean, for Vince Young, man, and like what that ultimately meant, kind of thing. So it's here we are, years later. I'm interviewing you, man. So very, very, very cool, man. If you don't mind, paint to me a picture. What were practices like, man? You got some of the best receivers in the draft. Some of them are in the league.
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy, shout out to him. Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning. I mean, you're going up against those practices had to been crazy. Can you paint a
Nah.
picture to me and let the world know what that was like, man?
Like every day, just even from the regular OTAs before we get to practice. the thing about Coach Sark, he made sure that we were tough in just off season, which Coach Beck, but he would also challenge us in practice. So we'd be a well versed team, regardless of any situation, whether it's football IQ and understanding the situation or just schematics and scheme. He makes sure that
Mhm.
we would be ready. And I'm just telling you now, those practices
Yeah.
were hectic.
Yeah.
Every day was a battle, and that's what made it so much better. The competitive level of guys like AD, Zay, and
Yeah.
Quinn, and even Jaden Blue, Anthony Hill, just guys like that competing and battling every day. That just made us 10 times way more better. It was fun.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that going because that talent every day, man, and you still here, bro. Like, and I could see why you guys rose to the level that you did so many times, time and time and time again, man. So, again, congrats. Sound like a broken record here, but congrats on like a massive, massive year. Way to go to end your college career that way. When it comes to style, man, like I know who you are. I've watched you all throughout the year, man. Even before you signed with my buddy Christian and stuff. I gotta ask you, man, for people who are not familiar with you though, how would you describe your gameplay? And also for NFL scouts who are watching this, how would you describe your gameplay and what kind of linebacker you are?
I would just say a fast, smart, and physical linebacker. All the three traits that uh all pro and just one of the best linebackers always have. Like for instance, like Fred Warner, Jeremiah Osu Karamora, they're very fast but smart and physical at the point of attack. So they're able to be precise but bring their hits and athleticism to be able to make the big plays.
I love that. I love that. That was to be my next question, man. Who do you model your game after? Fred Warner, I could definitely see that in you, like for sure. Like taking dudes' heads off, man. Do you got a favorite defense, man? Like, is there a defense that you feel that makes your skills pop out the most, man?
Are you talking about like schematic wise or just defense over the years?
Yeah, schematically wise, yeah.
Of scheme. That's the thing with Texas. We played a lot of different fronts and a lot of different coverages, but my favorite would have to be like cover three and cover two. I feel like those defenses allow me to just exceed and play the run very well, but also make me very productive in the pass.
I love that. I love that, man. And you are a fast guy, man. I see you making plays in the backfield, also plays, hey, within 7 yards of, like a team like for example, a team like the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel like you would do very good in defending against them, man, because they throw to their tight ends a lot. Like you're that fun hybrid linebacker who could really do it all. Like some guys are just the gadget players and they're good at the one or two things, but you could do a lot of different things, man. Gotta ask you, what are some of your favorite moves when it comes to the pass rush, though, and getting to the
Pass
quarterback?
rush, I'd say cross chop or just a ghost. I like the ghost or just stab and rip through. Those are my three favorite.
Okay. I like it. I like it, man. Very cool. And then, man, out of all the games that you played this last year, man, you guys had so many prime time games, man.
Yeah.
What was your favorite moment this last year, man?
Favorite moment. There's so many favorite moments. Even
And you could do
there's so
multiple
many,
if you want.
so many. For
Uh,
instance, there's the 4th and 13 catch at Arizona State. That was really a moment I was like, whoa, that was a good play by Matt Golden. That was a crazy
Yeah,
one. I would say obviously my pick in the Ohio State game because those are one of the bigger games, and I
yeah.
just wanted to make sure I could turn the tide around for the team. And all
Mhm.
glory to God, I was in the right position at the right time with the right technique, and I was able to help my team just win that game. Also, like I said, there's so many. There's the
Yeah.
4th and 1 stop that our defense had against A&M, and that was really, I feel like, a moment where we understood. We kind of knew we were one of the best defenses, but we wanted to let the world know, like, regardless of what you do, you can't mess with us. Like in the red zone, turnover margin, stopping the run, passing the ball, you're not gonna get any. You're gonna have to earn that inch, and
Yeah.
A&M couldn't earn that inch on us.
Man, not even a centimeter. I love it. I love it. Man, let me ask you, man. There's a guy who has probably the coolest name in college football. It's almost like one of those created names you create when you're playing the game. Uh Scatabo, man. Scatabo.
Yeah.
What was it like tackling that guy, playing against that dude, man? He was fun to watch, man. But you and your defense, man. Again, you're one of the leaders on that team, man. What was the game plan to take and stop him, man? And what was it like playing against him?
I would say we understood the level of like competitive energy he brought, and we understood his style of run. He was a very hard nosed downhill runner, well balanced, and he was like I said earlier, he very competitive. And our game plan going into it was to make sure obviously stop the run and get turnovers and limit his big runs. And I feel like we did that in a sense. But at the same time, there were many things we could have cleaned up from that game. But in the end, we were able to bring it on through. But playing against him, he was a very good running back, and he was just a leader for that team.
Love that, man. Very cool. Very cool. And we could be here the next 2-3 hours talking about all the highs of the last season, man. You
I'm
guys,
not gonna. Yeah, we could be here for
we
hours,
could,
man. It was
I'll-
last season was just. It was a
yeah.
season I was very thankful for, and I was just very proud of the way all the younger guys sort of
Mhm.
raised their level of play. All the older guys came together. I was really proud of the team and the coaches and the staff that we had going into it. We were all dedicated, and we understood the goal. We fell short of it, but I know for a fact this is not the last time you'll be seeing the University of Texas in the playoffs or not hoisting the trophy.
Yeah, hey, it's Arch Man in time now, man. So it's next year gonna be a fun year, man, for that team for sure. Now getting back to the NFL draft, man, talk to me and walk me through. It's gladiator school for you right now. You're getting ready, talking to your agent, like you're putting in work, man. Talk to me about some of the work that you're putting in, where you're training at, and what are some things that you're doing to make sure you have a big pro day.
I would say I was obviously I've been working with Christian and he's done a great job with me, helping me get connected with Mo Wells at Sports Academy, helping me with the speed, obviously my body composition, help making sure I stay fit and ready for pro day. And I've just been getting ready for meetings and interviews, making sure I stay on my P's and Q's in terms of scheme, what scheme we ran, what scheme I would see myself benefit in, or what skills I could bring to help other defenses. And also, I just been day in and day out just trying to really just trust in God and allow Him to just allow me to show my talents because I know I've been working hard for this. Just need to keep on working. Like I said, the hay is never in the barn until, you know what I'm saying, everything is said and done. And even after that, whatever team I have the opportunity to go to, I know that it's still, again, we have more work to do. But I'm not afraid of work. I'm very open to it and I love working.
I love that, man. Brings me to my next question, man. How do you feel that you'll do as far as like your 40 time? Like if you had to guess, like 40 bench and vert, if you had to say, what's a range that you feel comfortable that you'll be able to get to?
I say realistically between the 4.4 and 4.5s. That's a
Okay,
realistic range for the 40. Bench, I would say like 20, around 20 reps. And my vert, jumping out the gym. That's what I was saying.
nice. I love it, man. Did you used to hoop back in the day or do any track
Just a
and field?
little bit, but my coaches in high school were like, I feel like you could have a better future in football. And
Okay,
obviously, I managed to do that.
that's good. Yeah, basketball is weird, man. I've known some fantastic hoopers who are like 5'11", 6'1". You're basically a little person in the NBA. Like,
Yeah.
like they just write you off, man. So it's good. Thank God for football, man. You got great leadership skills, man. How do you feel like your personality and your mindset and your focus is gonna really mesh well with the NFL locker room?
I would just say, obviously, I understand that what it is to win in parts of being with Texas through the transition. So I understand the amount of work that goes in to just the intent and practice, the intent and recovery, the intent with just handling wins and losses. But I mean, it's the NFL. Everyone's a pro. I just understand what I personally bring is just my work, like workman like an ethic, and just understanding that every day is a new day and you could be gone tomorrow. So you got to make it to where everything you do just benefits just the team and your skill set will just be something that is undeniable. And that's the sort of mindset I've been taking throughout just being at the University of Texas and just be so undeniable that they got to put you in, and regardless of what happens, every single rep, go in there and make it your best because this could be your last time playing the game of football. And football's fun. Just go out there and have fun. That's realistically is what's gonna bring together a formula of just winning.
Yeah, absolutely, man. No, I love that, man. So many people they kind of get in their own head, and some people don't test well, but the tape will speak for itself, kind of thing. If you have both of those things, that's always very helpful too. Sometimes what stalls NFL rookies especially in camp, is learning the new playbook. Because it's
Uh,
like if I say, "Hey, man, look, Mr. Gbenda, I'm gonna send you off to Vietnam. You got to go learn the language and then go get a job within a week." What? I got to, that's tough. And that's
yeah.
kind of how it is being on a new NFL team, learning the playbook. It's literally like learning a brand new language, right? So I got to ask you, how would you say how adaptable you are to learning new playbooks and new schemes?
I would say I'm very adaptable. Obviously, I've had multiple coaching changes and I understand what it's like to, all right, this is what we've been doing before. This is the verbiage for this, but this is how we're doing it now. And this is the different verbiage that we take. And then again, this is a different verbiage, learn it, master, understanding. I would say I'm pretty versatile in that. And that's what's made my skill set so versatile because I've been asked to do many different things and handle different situations. But at the same time, football is all relatively the same if you understand the overlying concept in terms of like, all right, this is how we run cover three. All right, how do you handle this situation in this defense in comparison to how you would handle in cover two? Then you would get an understanding of okay, like this is what this verbiage means because you have to handle that, and this is what this verbiage means to handle this adverse situation. So relatively, if you understand football and have a very great IQ, then and you're very intent with just understanding the speed of the game and just getting into the film room, then I feel like it wouldn't be that much of a jump. Obviously, I've talked to other people who have been through the league, do other past Longhorns, and they've all said it's relatively faster, but you'll be fine. Texas has gotten us prepared.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that. Texas has, hey, they're on to something, man. Coach Sarkisian is definitely on to something, man. Getting you guys prepared. Love it. Love it. One of my last two questions here, man. A lot of linebackers in this year's draft, man. What sets David Gbenda apart from other linebackers in this year's draft?
I would say realistically, the person I am on and off the field, I would say I try to make sure that I'm undeniable on the field, but also I care for the other people around me, but also just cut the tape on. Regardless of the situations I've been in, I've been able to handle the run, I've been able to handle the pass, and I've done it at a very high level going into the SEC. Like, that's all I have to say on that matter.
Love it, man. I would say dominate in the pass, dominate in the run. You know what I mean? Like that's what you do, man. So I love it. And then last question of the day, man. You may have covered this already, man. What's something you want NFL scouts to know about you, NFL teams to know about you that perhaps they may not know already?
What would I want them to know about me? Is just that whenever you want to take a bet on me, that you're going to get 100% effort and 100% of the winning mentality that helped us get to Texas back to where it was, and just to understand that I'm a great player and a great person on and off the field that would be willing to do whatever it takes to help you win.
There it is. All out on the table, man. I love it. I love it. Man, David, thank you so much for coming on the show here today, man. I really enjoyed this interview. I like all the interviews I do, man, but I've known about you for months. Actually, even last season, you know what I mean, 2023, watching you ball out. I was like, okay, yeah, that's a guy who's gonna go to league, and you bet on yourself again, and you stayed for another year, man, and you dominated again, and now it's the next level. It's the NFL draft. So man, I know whatever system you're in, Dolphins, Vikings, 49ers, whatever team that lands you, bro, you're going to dominate, crush it, man. So I feel very inspired just even talking to you, man. So you got a heck of a story, and it's going to be fun what the next few months and years look like for you for sure, man.
Thank you so much again just for this opportunity and just talking ball with me and just talking about life, man. I'm really appreciative of this as well.
Man, anytime, anytime. And ladies and gentlemen, those watching this interview, I'm gonna have links to social media stuff down below. So if you want to follow them on Twitter, Instagram, follow the story, get inspired, because again, I know I certainly am. Comment below which team you would love for him to take and be on, and we will see you guys next time on the Touchdown, Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.